I feel very privileged to be asked to record this short video because I believe strongly in what you're doing, and I also know it's not an easy path to take. I do know, however, that what you all can accomplish together is so worth the effort for yourselves and for your children. So I'm impressed by your commitment and happy for what you'll accomplish. So what are the most challenging aspects about establishing and growing an organization like PEN? If you're like us, you probably are thinking of goals in different areas: attracting members to your group, finding ways to support your children, and collaborating with teachers so they can support them as well. At a high level, I think the biggest challenge by far is the fact that so many people are either unaware of dyslexia or misunderstand what is going on with these kids, especially with regard to the high potential they have. And very few people know how prevalent specific learning issues are, or that there are proven effective ways to teach these learners. I think schools, for the most part, are often reluctant to acknowledge that they need to do something different with these children because they aren't familiar with the research about how their brain works, and they're afraid of the money involved in training teachers. At least that's the case in the US. And in America, and perhaps in India as well, there are also many parents that don't understand as well, and these parents are afraid of what others might think of them or their children if they find out about that their child has a learning or attention issue. So sometimes parents try to hide it and either hope for the best or seek out help discreetly. So finding the parents that understand and are willing to embrace their child's learning style and brave enough to step up and support others and talk to teachers, that isn't always easy. But that's exactly why what you're doing is so important. As you probably know, most parents feel isolated and stressed trying to handle this on their own. And while their instincts may be to shield their bright child from a stigma, the parents really do need to find each other. They need to know that they're not alone, and they need a place to turn to for support and for knowledge. And it's super important for their children, because if the parents are stressed, the kids are unhappy also. And the parents' instinct to be private about their child's struggles tends to backfire. Children sense that their parents aren't comfortable with who they are, and that society won't be either. They already feel bad about their school difficulties, so they really need the explicit support and understanding, and to know that their parents are proud of them, not ashamed. Personally, I was amazed at the transformation in my daughter when I better understood her brain and the reasons she struggled. She was very young at the time, so I didn't talk to her about it in a lot of detail, but she really seemed to feel my understanding, and it calmed her. So having a group of like-minded parents to support and learn from each other can change your life and the life of your child. And there is actually a lot of great news about these learning issues. A learning struggle is not a sign of low IQ, and in fact, many of these children are particularly creative, out-of-the-box, innovative thinkers. They also tend to be much more resilient than the kids to whom everything has come easily. And this means they're exactly the kind of kids our societies need to progress in a quickly changing world. Another aspect of PEN that I am especially passionate about is our teen groups called SAFE, Student Advocates for Education. These are kids with learning and attention issues who meet once a month, often initially dragged by their parents, and they have an advisor that helps them get to know each other, and in the process they find they're not alone, that there are other quirky, bright kids that are having the same issues, the same struggles, and that they all have a lot to offer. They also develop programming like student panels where they talk at conferences, community centers, or schools about what it's like to be them and what they want teachers, parents, or others to know about them. This is very empowering for the kids because they see others want to hear what they have to say, and they develop confidence and speaking skills they might not have found otherwise. And they do a fantastic job of convincing others that these kids are so much more than their deficits, that they are full of vibrancy and possibility. It's really a moving experience to see one of these panels and how the kids support each other and become proud of who they are. So another thing that I was asked to talk about in this video is how we might collaborate with other organizations. And this is one of my favorite things to talk about because there are very many rewarding opportunities to join forces. One of Penn's most powerful collaborative programs is their annual event that we have in the big baseball stadium in San Francisco. This event's called EdRev, which stands for Education Revolution. During this event, kids come from all across the country to meet each other and talk about how to change their world. And parents come together to hear important speakers. They come to attend workshops and meet experts in things like assistive technology, social skills building, and many other subjects. Teachers also come to learn about all these things. So it's an exciting time of the year, and Penn has helped many other organizations connect and grow from this event, and a lot of collaboration has come out of it. Working with neuroscience research is also an important partnership. There are so many recent advances in brain science, and researchers are always looking for new kids to learn from or new ways to apply their findings. It's a great source of knowledge, and it adds to your credibility when trying to influence schools. Penn also has relationships with other mentoring programs, with authors who speak at our events and invite us to theirs, and we're increasing understanding with some specific teacher groups as well. A new area of interest for us also is in building alliances with corporations who are interested in helping employees find services for their children or better understand their own employees to help them be more productive, or maybe just to increase neurodiversity in their workforce. In Silicon Valley in particular, there are many employees with this profile. A lot of the entrepreneurs out here that have started important companies were different thinkers all their lives. And a good number are hiding their struggles and those of their children for the reasons I've mentioned above. And they certainly need support. In America, too, recently there are grassroots efforts that are driving legislation for early identification of these learning issues and evidence-based remediation to increase their school success. Since these grassroots efforts are mostly made up of parents, it's a natural intersection of interest for groups like yours and ours. So congratulations for what you're building, and I look forward to hearing more about your progress. I know all of us at Penn wish you the best success, and we're here to help your efforts if you need us. For sure, our voices will be louder and more effective together. Thank you.